I'm instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that when that photo at page 9 of Exhibit S was taken, he was at sprayed in Katleho, Mazibugo Hostel.
Othi-ke uma lesi sithombe
ngengicommente ngase ngazi babe sithatha kuphi
Katlehong, I would not comment on that photograph because I don't know where they were at the time that picture was taken.
Constable, is it correct that in your evidence in chief you told this court that you have 12 years of experience in the South African Police Service?
Ngabe ilokho otshela inkantolo ngenkathi umthuthi kubuza imibuzo ukuthi une-experience eseminyaka ewu-12 uyiphoyisa?
Yebo.
Yes.
Is it also correct that you told this court that on the 26th of October 2014 you were on duty?
Watshela inkantolo iqiniso lokuthi nge-26 ka-October 2014 ubusemsebenzini?
Yebo ngangisemsebenzini.
Yes, I was on duty.
Njengoba ngisho ngaphuma early ngaya khona.
As I have indicated, I knocked off early. Waphuma early kuphi?
Emsebenzini.
Constable, please don't prejudge the questions that I'm asking you. Seemingly you are distracting me from my cross-examination. Please, I've asked you earlier to stick to the questions that I'm asking you. Please.
Hlala nje kule mibuzo obuzwa yona. Ungaphokopheleli ezinye okanye eminye imibuzo.
I don't see anything wrong there. The witness is asked as to whether he was on duty. He says yes, but he knocked off early to to go to the First Lawrence Hostel. It's nothing wrong with that.
I seem to be distracted when the witness...
I mean, this answer here, which he gives that he knocked off early, he was at work, he knocked off early, and then he went to the hostel.
I haven't asked my lord about him knocking off early and going to the hostel. Maybe I was still going to ask that question. Hence, I'm asking him to confine himself to the questions that I'm asking him.
So what was your question, which he didn't confine himself to answering? What was your question?
I asked him, my lord, whether on the 26th of October 2014 he was on duty. Yes. And then he said yes, he was. But he knocked off early.
So what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with that answer. Sorry, proceed.
At what time of the day did you resume your duties on the 26th of October 2014?
Uye waqala ukusebenza ngobani isikhathi nge-26 ka-October 2014?
Ngene ngo-8 emsebenzini.
8 in the
Ekseni.
I resumed my duties at 8 o'clock in the morning on the day in question.
When were you going to knock off duty on that day? That is the 26th of October 2014.
Ubuzoshayisa ngobani isikhathi nge-26 ka-October 2014?
Udependa bengiyokwenza ngesikhathi bengikwenza ngakho isikhathi ngishayise ngaso ukuthi ngishayise ngabo 12 to 1.
It depends on what I had to do on that day in question, and whatever that I had to do on that day in question, I knocked off about 12. 12 we are one.
Yeah,
what I want to find out clearly,
12 to 1 o'clock.
Your times, you resume your duties at 8.
Uqala ukusebenza ngo-8.
Njengoba soshilo.
As you have said.
I mean, normally, you resume your duties at 8.
Uqala ngo-8 ukusebenza njalo.
Bengiqala ngo-8 ngaleso sikhathi.
Yes, and when are you supposed to knock off duty?
Obofanele ukuthi-ke ushayise ngobani isikhathi?
Njengoba kuyi-Sunday, kwakudependa ku-event engangiye kuyo, nango-11 ngibanga ngishayise early.
Nango-11 kwenzakalani?
Ngangashayisi.
Okay.
Wangenazi isikhathi ukuthi makuphela lokhu kuzophela ngesikhathi esiwubani.
It would depend on the event or the activities of the day, because it was on a Sunday. Even at 11 a.m., I would still knock off from duty. So it would depend as to what is it that I was doing on that day in question.
What duties were you doing?
Ubwenzani-ke ngalelo langa?
Ngicabanga ukuthi ingxenye yamaphoyisa, umsebenzi wamaphoyisa.
I was doing part of the police duties.
What duties were those?
I was attending the event. Attend the event.
I
Attending
was
what?
attending the event. I was attending the event. Uthi ngangiye event,
What events?
yipi event,
Iphathi imsebenzi ebangithunyelwe kuyo ukuthi ngiye kuyo.
ipart yomsebenzi.
Mangikhumbula kwakusegroundini, sport ground, kwakune event eyilapho kwakumele ngiyi-attend.
It is the part of the work that I was actually deployed to or sent to. If I remember well, it was at a sporting facility where I was supposed to be a part of that event.
What was happening there?
Kwakwenzakalani lapho?
Kwakunomcimbi we-crime prevention.
There was a crime prevention function.
When had it started?
Ibiqale ngobani isikhathi?
Ngeke ngazi ukuthi biqale ngoba isikhathi kodwa ngicabanga ukuthi biqale kuseni ngabo-8 ngaba u-8 kodwa mina ngifike ngabo-8.
I wouldn't know the exact time that it started with. I wouldn't know the exact time that it started with. It could have been about 8 o'clock. But I started at the station at 8 o'clock and then I went to that event.
At what time did you arrive at the event?
Wafika ngobani isikhathi khona lapho kwi-event?
Angikhumbula isikhathi kodwa mangikhumbula kwakusesekuseni.
I cannot remember the time, but if my memory serves me well, it was still in the morning.
At what time did you leave the event?
Wasuka ngobani isikhathi khona lapho kuleyo event?
Ngoba yashesha yaphela ngicabanga ukuthi ngabo-12 ngabuyela e-station ngaya endlini.
I should think it was about 12 because it was finished or done early. And wasuka waya station waya ekhaya.
Yebo.
From there, I proceeded to the police station and then I subsequently went to my home.
Under which unit are you affiliated?
Usebenza ngaphansi kweyiphi unit?
Ngaleso sikhathi
Yes, at that time, on the 26th of October,
social crime
2014.
prevention.
Social Crime Prevention Unit.
Is it also correct that on that day, the 26th of October 2014, you were allocated the state motor vehicle?
Nge 26 October 2014, wanikezwa imoto yomsebenzi
Yebo.
kahulumeni. That is correct, yes.
Who was your supervisor?
Supervisor wakho bekubani?
Or your commander?
Ubani ucommander wakho? Bekubani ucommander wakho ngaleso sikhathi?
A rollover commander
It was a rollover commander.
or ukhuluma nge-commander who was in charge, my supervisor.
Oh, that was a question. Or are you referring to my supervisor that was directly in charge of my duties?
Yes,
It's
the
Captain
person
Tifo.
directly in charge
It
of
was-
his duties.
It was Captain Tifo.
So, from the event, which was held at the sport ground, you said you returned to the police station.
Uthi waphindela khona phana e-police station kusuka kuleyo event bese sports ground.
Mangikhumbula kahle yebo kuyodrop ezinye izinto engisuke nazo station.
Yes, if I remember well, to go and drop off some items that I initially took from the station.
From the police station, where did you go to?
Ukusuka e-police station wase uyaphi-ke?
Noma ngeke ngikhumbule ukuthi ngayaphi mangayanga endlini kodwa ngangazi ukuthi ngiyi-False emva kwalokho. Ngasuka estation
Even-
ngaya endlini mangisuka endlini ngeke ngazi ukuthi ngihambe ngayiphi indlela ukusuka straight or ngisuke ngaqala eshop kodwa ngisuke nje ngaya endlini ngasuka endlini ngaya eJoburg.
What I mean is that even though I cannot tell as to whether I went straight to home or perhaps I went to a shop before I could go home, but what I know that I had to go to Flores after I had been at my house.
Is it correct that in your evidence in chief, you told this court that Kwabeni had informed you of a person by the names of Makosonke that you were supposed to pick up at Johannesburg, and you found Makosonke at Carlton Center in Johannesburg?
Ukuthi ebufakazini bakho uGwabeni wakutshela ngomunye okuthiwa uMakhosonke obufanele ukuthi uyomthatha khona laphana eJoburg. Kwamthola lo Makhosonke eCarlton Center eJoburg.
Yebo.
Yes.
From there, your evidence in chief is to the effect that you then proceeded to Flores hostel.
Ukusuka lapho ke ebufakazini bakho ngenkathi umshusha kubuza imibuzo nase ke niyasuka ke niyahamba niya ehostel eForslores.
Yebo.
Yes.
This vehicle that was allocated to you, for which duties were you supposed to conduct using that vehicle?
Le moto wawunikezwe yona kahulumeni ke wawufanele ukuthi wenze muphi umsebenzi usebenzisa yona le moto.
Kwakuseyiwo umsebenzi engangiwenza ngokuthi ngangiyathende ngayo kwakuyimonto enganginikeziwe engangiyisebenzisa full time.
The very same activity or duties that I had performed on the day in question when I had gone to attend the event, because this was the vehicle that was given to me so that I can attend that event.
Were you authorized to travel with that vehicle to Johannesburg in Canton Center to pick up Makosonke?
Wagunyazwa ke ukuthi uthathe le moto kanye uhambe ngale moto ukuya eJoburg ukuyothatha uMakhosonke.
Anginegunya lokuhamba ngayo le monto.
I had the authority to drive this vehicle.
Is it also correct that Makosonke is not a member of the South African Police Service? He's a private person. Are you allowed then to use the state motor vehicle to carry private person?
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi lo Makhosonke akulona iphoyisa kuwumuntu nje womphakathi kanti ugunyeziwe yini ukuthi ke uyothatha umuntu okungelona iphoyisa khona lapha uthatha uMakhosonke.
Njoba sengishilo umsebenzi wami uyangigunyaza ukuthi ngingakwazi ukuthatha omunye umuntu futhi ngivumelekile ukulayisha omunye umuntu welunga lomndeni wami.
Now, as I have already said, that I am authorized to can pick up a person or any other person, even if they are not SAPS, as long as the person is the member of my family.
In your experience, Constable, as a member in the South African Police Services, have you effected arrest?
Usuke wabamba umuntu wena njengoba uyiphoyisa ke usebenze esiphoyiseni uyisipilini sakho?
Ngqaba.
A lot of them.
Is it also correct, Constable, that you, that is yourself, being a member in the South African Police Services, you execute your duties without any fear, favor, and prejudice?
Wena ke nje ngelunga lesiphoyisa uyakwazi ukuthi wenze umsebenzi wakho ngaphandle kokusaba cekela phansi omunye umuntu okanye ke ukumelana okanye ukuseka umuntu othize uzenzela umsebenzi wakho ungasupporti okanye ukufavor umuntu othize.
Yebo, kumsebenzi wami lo.
It is my duties, yes.
Constable, there are provisions in the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. It is your Bible. You are supposed to know these provisions by heart.
Yeah, bonake le mibandela ke Criminal Procedures Act 51 ka 1977 kuyiBhayibheli lakho ke lezi ke okanye le mibandela lapho ufanele ke ukuthi uyazi.
I'm going to refer to these provisions for the benefit, for your benefit. It deals with the arrest by peace officers without warrant. The relevant proviso for this cross-examination is going to be Section 40, subsection 1, in bracket, small letter A in bracket, and small letter H in bracket. So those are the only provisions that I'll be referring to for purposes of this cross-examination.
Shuthi ke so sebenzisa ke le mibandela iqhamuka khona lapha na ku section 40 subsection 1 I paragraph A no paragraph H ya leyo ke mibandela eqhamuka khona lapha yana kule CPA Act. Yazwakala?
Uzwakele?
Understood?
I'm going to read the section verbatim. Section 40, subsection 1 in bracket provides as follows. A peace officer may without warrant arrest any person, small letter A in bracket, who commits or attempts to commit any offense in his presence.
A peace officer kusho njalo ke ngambopha ke umuntu owenza ke okanye owenqa umthetho okanye ozama no ukwenqa umthetho ngenkathi yena ekhona khona lapho unelungelo ke lokuthi angambopha lo muntu lo. Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngikuzwa kahle.
Clearly I can hear that.
Small letter H in bracket reads as follows. Who is reasonably suspected of committing or having committed an offense under any law governing the making, supply, possession, or conveyance of intoxicating liquor or of dependents producing drugs, or in possession or disposal of arms or ammunition, close quotation.
Should ke unelungelo negunya lokumbopha umuntu onjalo okuyena ke umuntu ozama noma owenzayo ngokwenza mhlambe kube ukuthi uyakhicisa utholakala kuyena ephethe idakamizwa okanye ke asebenziseke nezikhali okanye ukuhambisa zona ke izikhali okungekho semthethweni. Uyakuzwa lokho?
Ngiyakuzwa.
I can hear that.
Constable, your evidence in chief is to the effect that you had knowledge that Gwabeni had used a firearm to shoot at Snako. Do you confirm that?
Wena ke ukuya ngobufakazi bakho ke ubukwazi lokho ukuthi uGwabeni ubephethe isibhamu esetshenziswe ke ukudubula uSnako.
Njengoba bengishilo ukuthi isibhamu asisebenzisile nganginolwazi kodwa ngangenalwazi ukuthi usisebenzisa kanjani nobani.
As I have already said that the firearm that he had used, I had the knowledge of that firearm, but as to how he uses that firearm to whom, that is information that I was not privy to or I didn't have knowledge of.
Is it also correct that you refer to the accused, that is accused number 4, as one of izinkani?
Okay, wathi ke uma ukhuluma ngomangalelwa wesine wathi uyinkabi.
Igama elithi inkabi bengakaze ngilibize mina.
I had never articulated the name or the word Nkabi.
Is it also correct that you had knowledge that accused number 1 was involved in drugs?
Ngabe ke ubukwazi lokho ke ubufakazi bakho ukuthi ubukwazi ke ukuthi lona umangalelwa oqala ube ingxenye yezidakamizwa kanye.
Ngaziye ngaze ngaye.
Yes, I knew about it and from him. That knowledge came from him.
Irrespective of where it came from, but you had knowledge that he was dealing in drugs.
Ukuthi ke yayiqhamuka kubani ke okanye la liqhamuka kubani lolu lwazi kodwa ke ubukwazi kahle ukuthi ube dealing ngama drugs.
Obvious mase kutshelile ukuthi ngangiboshwe into efana lesinginolwazi.
Now, it is obvious that after he had related to you that he had been arrested for such and such an offense, you end up having that knowledge.
Is it also correct that you told this court that upon entering in the bedroom, you found accused number 3 in possession of a firearm?
Ngabe kubufakazi bakho ke ukuthi okanye kusobala ukuthi mungena kwi-bedroom wathola umangalelo wesithathu ephethe isibhamu. Yes, yes.
What type of a firearm was that?
Obephethe isibhamu esinjani?
Lohlobo le 9mm.
It was a 9mm.
You also mentioned that there was a .38 pistol.
Uye wakusho nokuthi kwakukhona ke ne.38 pistol.
Yebo.
Yes.
Who was in possession of a .38
Ubani
pistol?
obephethe le .38 pistol?
Uma ngifika umuzwa yinikeza uGwabini.
When I got there, Muzi gave it to Gwabini.
Constable, I've highlighted to you the provisions of the Criminal Procedure Act, in particular Section 40 of the CPA.
Ngise ngikubonise ke ngiyengakubonisa ke imibandela ke ye Criminal Procedures Act kakhulukazi ke u Section 40 ye-Criminal Procedures Act. Manye amazwi ke engixwayisile ngazo.
Having had
Yes.
or have this knowledge, did you do anything?
Sorry, no, I've let this go on. Are you aware that a witness like him is not obliged to answer incriminating questions? It's criminal law 1.
In terms of the Constitution,
Yes,
Section 35.
that's it. He's not obliged. The policeman finds, and then if he hasn't arrested a person, if that information can be used to charge him because he has incriminated himself. Do you want to address me on
Yes,
that?
because it was raised on some occasion. I think it was Mr. Ramsey Bele was asking questions. I had to revisit Section 35 of the Constitution.
No, but I'm asking you. What's you, your counsel now, asking the questions?
Yes. It deals with accused, arrested, and detained person. That is Section 35 of the Constitution, not a witness.
So a witness can incriminate himself. Hello, can you bring the toy so that we know what you are talking about? It's towards the end, isn't it? Witnesses,
Yes.
self-incrimination. Now go to the section of witnesses.
Yes.
What's the end?
I'm on it, my lord.
Okay. Hello.
It's section 203.
What does it say?
Witness excused from answering incriminating question.
Yeah.
It says, no witness in criminal proceedings shall,
Yes.
except as provided by this act or any other law, be compelled to answer any question which he would not, or on the 30th of May 1961, have been compelled to answer by reason that the answer may expose him to a criminal charge.
Yes, that's how I understand the law. So, what's your view, Mr. Malo?
I was still paging. My
Hello?
lord. I was still paging through the provisions. That
Now, I read it for you.
Fortunately, I do have my my tutor. If I can quickly. My understanding, my lord, is that I was at liberty to ask him questions because he's the one who raised these issues. So I'm supposed to cross-examine him. So
He can self-incriminate himself. Is that what you're saying?
not unless if he says he does not
No,
want
but
to
the
answer.
court, this court
This court,
has
yes.
to see to it that the law is upheld.
Yes.
So I can't let a transgression which this witness is asked to walk into without warning him. Of course, I can tell him that if you want to answer that question, you're at liberty to answer it, but
Yes.
you must know your rights that as a witness, you're not a compellable witness to incriminate yourself. That's what the law says, not me.
Yes. I think he can be forewarned before he answers the questions, if he wants to answer the question.
Mr. Balui, just bring that, because that section is clear. I don't even have a choice.
Thank you.
On the next page, just halfway through the page, there's a nice explanation as to what the position is.
On the next page, paragraph
Just in the middle,
3, for instance, it says,
in the middle of the page, there's a reference to a case
Is that the state versus
Yes.
Wade and Bosman?
I think so, just in the middle of the...
Okay, but you see, paragraph 3 says the privilege against self-incrimination falls away only in respect of the specified offense and the relevant competent finding. If the prosecutor does not specify any of the offense, the privilege remains in place to the full extent. Once an offense has been specified, the privilege can only be claimed in respect of another offense. And then 5.6, it says, someone who wants to invoke the privilege against self-incrimination may not refuse to be sworn in and may only invoke the privilege when the answer to a particular question can incriminate him or her. Then they quote the case of R versus Hitt, 1937. And then, of course, the other one. Is that what you're referring to, sir?
Indeed, my lord.
You heard what the law says, not what Ratam Kotling says. So they say it's a complete privilege, blanket privilege. I don't even have to warn him, but just for your notification, you are not obliged or compelled to answer questions which you believe may incriminate you, because you are the person who's answering.
Yes, sir.
That option is exercised by you, but not anybody else, because you, if you incriminate yourself, you shall have been responsible for that self-incrimination. Do you understand that, sir?
Uyakuzwa lokho ke awuphoqelekanga ukuthi mhlawumbe
Yebo,
ungaphendula.
ngiyakuzwa.
Ukuthi ukuyikhethela kwakho lokho. Uma ngabe mhlawumbe uyafuna ke ukuthi uphendule imibuzo ezokwenza ukuthi ke egcineni usuthwa nomthwalo wokwenza umthetho. I understand that, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Nomalo, we proceed.
So do you want to answer this question that I've posed you, that you did nothing, you did not effect any arrest, you see persons exchanging firearm in your presence, you don't do anything, being a police member?
Uyafuna ukuphendula lo mbuzo naba abantu ba-exchange ibhamu khona laphana wena uyilunga lephoyisa akho lutho olenzayo awubophi muntu ngoba ubona nje kwenqa umthetho ngaleyo ndlela uyafuna ukuyiphendula lo mbuzo?
Ungawuphenduli.
May I not answer that question?
From the information or knowledge that you had, did that information inform you that accused number 4, that is Mr. Mapisa, was present at the scene of the murder of Mr. Meyiwa on the 26th of October, 2014?
Unalolu lwazi ukuthi ummangalelwa wesine ube khona lapha endaweni yesigameko la kwabulaleka khona ke uMeyiwa.
Uma ukhuluma ngendawo yesigameko ukhuluma
No.
ehostel la bengikhona noma ukhuluma
Please try to appreciate the question that I'm asking you. From the knowledge or information that you had, did that knowledge or information inform you that Mr. Mapisa was present where the deceased was shot in Phosphorus on the 26th of October, 2014? Yes or no?
Owalithola ke wena uqhamuka kulolu lwazi ke ngabe lolu lwazi ke lwaluthi ke ubaba uMapisa ube khona lapha endaweni yesigameko eFosores la kwadutshulelwa khona ke uSenzo Meyiwa.
ngokolwazi la.
Wait. Mr. Ngomal, don't ask hearsay questions. Can you put a hearsay question to this witness? When he answers it, whatever answer he gives, it becomes direct evidence. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, but be warned. You ask this witness whether from the information he had, does he know whether Mapisa shot Senzo?
No, that he was present at the scene.
Yeah.
That is the question that I'm asking from
Information which he could have acquired anyway.
Yes.
That's how broad you're phrasing it. Are you with me?
Yes.
Hmm?
I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you.
I'm being fair.
Yes.
So, withdraw that question. Because that hearsay evidence, we could have heard 6 years thereafter. Like Tupac, after 30 years, if you read newspapers, somebody said, yeah, I was there when Tupac was killed in a nightclub in Vegas. And he was arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, I've heard about that.
That's it. Okay, fine. Yes, Mr. Mamalo?
This information, or the source of this information, or knowledge, were you the source of this information, or somebody else informed you about what you are telling this court?
Information ikhamba kuwena okanye khona umuntu ke owa akunikeza ke leyo information okanye lolo lwazi.
Iqaleni ulwazi lokuthiwa kunikeza ukhiye, ulwazi olusuka kimi lolo ukuthi uye owanginikeza ukhiye. Akusilo ulwazi olusuka komunye umuntu, uye owanginikeza mina.
Firstly, where the keys are concerned, this is not information that was related to me pertaining the keys. He is the one that gave me the keys himself. No any other person told me that he actually gave me the keys.
When you were traveling in this state motor vehicle, were you traveling alone, or there was another police officer who was booked with you to use the vehicle when you were attending the event at the sports field?
Mauya kule event ebekwi sports field usebenzisa le moto yombuso. Wawuhamba wedwa okanye kwakhona ke elinye iphoyisa lalihamba nawe?
Angihamba ngedwa.
I was alone.
When we were proceeding to Johannesburg at the Carlton Center and thereafter to Phosphorus Hostel, did you complete the vehicle register?
Wayigcwalisa i-vehicle register ngenkathi ke uya e-Carlton Center ukusuka lapho ke wasese uya e-Phosphorus wayigcwalisa ke i-register.
But once again we are back to section 203.
Yeah, I mean, it's an offense for a police officer to drive a vehicle without annotating in the motor vehicle register his destination from where to where and annotating the number of kilometers. That's self-incrimination,
Yes.
as we're discussing. So why do you repeat?
So you
the
can
very
answer.
thing? Hello?
You can answer the question. You can answer the question.
No, but the law says it's not compellable. If he doesn't answer,
At what time of the day did accused number 4 arrive at the hostel? That is Phosphorus Hostel.
Umangalelo wesine wafika ngobani isikhathi khona lapha ne-hostel?
Anginalwazi wafika ngobani isikhathi. Ngambona ngalesikhathi esenginikeza ukhiye kwaze kwakulate. Ukuthi wayefika emini noma ayefika entambama, isikhathi engikhumbula ngaso yilesa nginikeza ngayo ukhiye.
The only time that I can remember is the time that he handed over the key to me. As to whether he arrived early or late at the hostel, I don't have such knowledge with me.
But that cannot be correct because your evidence in chief is that the first time that you saw accused number 4 was when he entered the bedroom with accused number 5.
Actually, kuthi-ke ukuya ngobufakazi wabuzwa bona okanye owanikeza ngenkathi umshushe kuze imibuzo wabona umangalelwa wesithathu nomangalelwa wesihlanu bengena kwi-bedroom.
Didn't you say that in your evidence in chief?
Wakusho lokho kwi-evidence in chief yakho.
Ukumbona kwami ngizwe ngathi mhlawumbe angazi noma ngisizwanga kahle sima ukuthi wafika ngobani isikhathi. Shuthi zama ukuthi wafika nini ehostela, ukuthi wayefike nini noma ekhona emini noma engekho emini, angeke ngazi ukuthi wayefike ngobani isikhathi.
If I heard
Ngizama
your question
ukuqinisekisa
clearly,
ukuthi mina ngakwazi ukukhuluma naye ngesikhathi enginikeza ukhiye.
if I heard your question clearly, you asked about the time. As to what time he arrived, whether he arrived early or late, that is something that I cannot confirm. Safe to say that at the time or at the stage that he gave me the key, I was then able to communicate with him.
At the time when he gave you the keys, had he been introduced to you by Gwaben?
Ngenkathi kunikeza ikey ubese seke introduce kuwe uGabeni.
Ibisiphelile yonke uma uqala introduction beyenziwe emini. Nakhona mayibuya ubuyile wahamba. Akubeke nje ukuthi wawukhohlwa ukhiye mabehamba. Uma ngakutshela nje.
That introduction had taken place in the day already, and then there was stage that he went away and then came back. And let me put it clearly, he forgot the key to wawukhohlwa ukhiye.
Ngokubuka kwami ngoba bamfonela sekufuneka ukhiye.
Based on my judgment, he forgot the key because he was then phone called at the time that the key was now needed.
uma ngibhekile kwangamela unikeze mina ukhiye kwakumela ushiye kuGwabini.
Now, how I observed it, he wasn't supposed to have given me the key. He was supposed to have given it to Gwabini.
Maybe let me ask the question the other way around. When Gwabeni introduced accused number 4 to you, where was accused number 4 in Gwabeni?
Ngenkathi uGwabeni ke introduce ummangalelo wesine kuwena babe kuphi sengisho ukuthi ke uGwabeni naye ummangalelo wesine.
Sase hostel.
We were at the hostel.
Where exactly at the hostel?
Kuphi kahle kahle ehostel. Kuyiphi indawo ngaphakathi ehostel okanye ehostel?
Ngicabanga ngaphakathi yonke introduction yayenzelwe ngaphakathi la ku-open space. Umuntu engangamazi mayefikele lapho ngangembona lapho sasidibana naye lapho.
Now, I think inside of the hostel, in an open space, whoever that had come there, which I didn't know, they were also there in that open space in the hostel.
Did that introduction took place at the time when you arrived, or it took place later?
Leyo introduction yenzeka nini ngenkathi ufika okanye emva kwesikhathi usufikile?
Babunquma la ngeke ngithi lo bam introduce maybe ngo4 noma ngo5 noma ngo1.
Babunquma, I cannot say that this one in particular was introduced at 4 and that one at 5 or at 1 o'clock.
At the bedroom, that is the bedroom of Gwabeni where you had kept your bag, was that bedroom locked?
Bedroom ka Gwabeni la uye wabeka ibag yakho khona iyayivale okanye yayikhiyiwe. Yes, it was locked. It was locked by the owner of that bedroom.
You also mentioned that in your evidence in chief that there was a meeting in the bedroom. Who was there in the bedroom?
Utheke kwakhona ke umhlangano wakhona khona lapho kulelo gumbi lokulala. Kwakhona bani nobani ngakulelo gumbi lokulala?
Uma befika kwafika accused number 1, number 2, number 3. Sathi ngisakhuluma.
Upon arrival, it was accused number 1, 2 and 3 that had arrived.
Kwabe sekufika emva kalokho ngisakhuluma ngoba ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ngesikhathi ngikhuluma kwangena accused number 5 ihamba no accused number 4.
Now, as I was busy talking, then accused number 4 and 5, they were in each other's company. They then arrived.
You told this court that you were asked to leave.
Yebo.
That is correct.
How long did the meeting last, approximately?
Leyo meeting yathatha isikhathi esingakanani mhlawumbe umubekisa?
Ngeke ngize ngikwazi ukuqala isikhathi kodwa ngeke ithatha isikhathi eside ngoba babe baphuma.
I cannot estimate the time because they then walked out. There was a stage where they just walked out.
At the time when there was a meeting in the bedroom, was the door closed or open?
The
door of the bedroom.
Ngabe isicapha salelo gumbi sasivaliwe noma sasivuliwe?
Ngeke ngokuqinisekise ngoba ngaphuma ebedroom ukuthi basilokhile umnyango noma bawuvalile abangawulokha ngeke ngikwazi ngoba ngangaboni okwenzeka emuva.
I cannot confirm that because I had already exited that bedroom. Whether the bedroom door was closed or locked or it was just closed without locking, that I cannot confirm because I had already left.
So you exited the house completely?
Or
you remained in the kitchen?
Main hall.
I exited the bedroom and went to the main hall.
You stood at the main door?
Main hall.
Oh, main hall.
Exited the bedroom and then went to the main hall.
So you cannot say whether the bedroom door was closed or it was open?
Ushuti awukwazi ukusho ukuthi lo mnyango ke okanye leso sicapha sasivaliwe okanye sasivuliwe.
Ngeke ngikwazi ukukhulumela ukuthi bayasilokha kodwa ngiyakhumbula ukuthi mangiphuma uma afika wayiyongena.
I cannot confirm whether the door was locked. But Mafika?
Number 2.
Mafika, that is what I remember. Mafika came in and then walked into that bedroom. And I'm referring to accused number 2.
Could you hear what they were talking about?
Ubukwazi ukuzwa ukuthi babekhuluma ngani?
Njengoba babecele uxolo ngangekwazi ukuthi bakhuluma ngani.
As they had apologized, I cannot tell what, I couldn't hear what they were talking about.
I mean, from where you were standing, could you hear what they were talking about? Or you could not?
Ubukwazi ukuzwa ukuthi bebekhuluma ngani?
Ngangafuni ukuzwa ukuthi bakhuluma ngani, ngangamanga eminyango ngalaleli ukuthi bakhuluma ngani. Babengicelile ukuthi ngiphume, ngabe sengenze njalo.
I did not want to hear what they were talking about because they have asked me to leave, and I did so. So I didn't go to the door to go and eavesdrop to hear what they were talking about.
Did you see any cell phone there before you exited the bedroom?
Ngabe khona i-cellphone etizokwe wayibona ngoba uphume kuleyo bedroom?
Ngiyibona kuphi phansi mhlambe?
Where about, perhaps on the floor or where?
No, in the bedroom. Did you see any cell phone?
Kuleyo bedroom. Ngabe khona i-cellphone owayibona?
Anginalwazi le cell phone.
I don't have any knowledge of a cell phone.
Do you know whether in the bedroom, if any of the accused were in possession of cell phones?
Ngabe uyakwazi lokho ukuthi khona lapha ngakule bedroom omnye abamangalelo kanye wayekhona umuntu kulabo mangalelo ayephethe i-cellphone kuyena?
Ngeke ngibe nolwazi lwakho ngibaseshanga.
I wouldn't have a knowledge to that effect because I didn't search them.
I'm instructed by the accused that he was not at the hostel on the 26th of October, 2014.
Mangalelo njalo ke. Mangalelo wesine ukuthi yena bekengekho ehostel nge-26 ka October 2014.
Mina kodwa ngambona wanginikeza futhi ukhiye wemoto.
I personally saw him. Further, he gave me the key to the vehicle.
I'm further instructed by the accused that at no stage on the 24th of October 2014 at the hostel, that is Foster's hostel, entered the bedroom of Kwabeni in the company of accused number 5.
Uthi ke asikho isikhathi noma isigaba
On the 26th of October 2014 in the company of accused number 5.
2014 ehamba naye ummangalelwa wesihlanu usho njalo ke ummangalelwa wesine.
Amanga naye wayekhona ngoba nakho akwazi ukunginikeza ukhiye.
That's a lie. He was there because there he was able to give me the keys.
I'm further instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that at no stage on the 26th of October 2014, he was in the company of accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5 at Foster's hostel. It is a lie.
Asikho ke isikhathi nge-26 ka October 2014 lawa ithola khona ke sehamba nommangalelo wokuqala wesibili wesithathu nowesihlanu khona lapha eFoster.
Uma ukuthi amanga lawo ngizwe kwesinye isithombe atomkhombisa sona umjengisi uye lapha nge-26 accused number 3 angazi ukuthi
if he says that that is a lie, there is a photograph that you referred me to. And that photograph has to do with the 26th of October 2014, where accused number 4 together with accused number 3 are depicted in that picture. And that picture I'm talking about is 47.
I was referring to the hostel. It denies being in the company of accused number 3. In fact, accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5. At Foster's hostel, where you say you met them.
Uke wayithola ke enommangalelo wokuqala wesibili wesithathu nowesihlanu khona lapha ehostel lokho uyakuphika nge-26 October.
Ehostel ayistradini.
At the hostel, not at the street.
At the hostel.
Ehostel.
Ehostel awafika wanginikeza ukhiye. Mina mayiqeda ungena bahamba emva kokuphela kwe-event bahamba ngephutha wahamba nalo ukhiye ngoba kwazi wafonela uzabuya azowuletha.
At the hostel he gave me the key. Personally gave me the key. After the event they left. They left because he was then later on phone called because it appeared that he had left with a key. And then they came back and brought the key.
just want to go to your statement, the statement that you made approximately 9 years later, on the 31st of May 2023. There's a paragraph that is of interest. May the court bear with me, my lord. I'm just going through this paragraph. Yes, my lord, it is on page 1, 2, 3, paragraph 7 of the witness's statement. Paragraph 7 of your statement, the statement that you made on the 31st of May 2023 at 1300 hours, reads as follows, and I quote, "After a few minutes, Senzo Meyiwa came and gave me back the vehicle key. He apologized and left. I still do not know when, how, and why was my key taken out of my bag. I left with Muzi, Mtogo, and the other guy I do not know."
Uyakubona lokho ke paragraph 7 ethi ngizoyifundela abo accused kuba kwazi ukuzwa ukuthi emva kwemizuzu embalwa umthokoziseni Meyiwa wase ke uyeza wanginikeza ke ikey wayiphinisela kimi futhi wase ke uyaxolisa emva kwalokho ke wase uyahamba. Angazi ke ukuthi lokho kwenzeka nini noma kanjani nokuthi sizathu kwaba yisiphi sokuthi ke kuthathwe ke ikeys zami zikhishwe khona lapha ebhekini. Emva kwalokho ke ngahamba nomuzi nomthoko nalo omunye umlisa engamazi. Uyakubona lokho?
Yebo.
I dropped off Muzi along the road just outside Gwabeni's place, and not far from where I dropped off Muzi, the other guy alighted. I dropped off Mtogo at Engine fuel station, Modern Fontaine. I then went home. Close quotation.
Ngase ngihlisa loyana ke umuzi khona lapha endleleni okanye emgaqweni ngaphandle nje komuzi okanye endaweni la hlala khona ke uGwabeni. Kwakungekude ke uqhamuka nala ke ngehlise khona umuzi khona ngase ngehlisa naloya ke omunye umlisa okanye loyo umlisa ke wase naye ke uyaphuma emotweni. Ngehlisa ke umthoko khona lapha Engine fuel station ese Modern Fontaine. Emva kwalokho ke ngase ngiyahamba ngekhaya.
The Senzo Meyiwa that you referred to in paragraph 7, is it accused number 4 before court?
Senzo Meyiwa okhuluma ngaye lana ku paragraph 7 ngabe umangalo wesine khona la enkantolo?
Yebo.
Yes.
Was that the name that he was introduced to you by Gwabeni?
Ngabe ilona gama ke owamthola kuwena uGwabeni?
Igama engilaziyo shothi ngilithathe kuye, ngalizwa kuye.
Owalizwa kubani uGwabeni? This is the name that I took from Gwabeni. Yes.
Just to refresh on this, you said you did not know accused number 4 before the 26th of October 2014. It was the first time that you met him when he was introduced to you by Gwabeni.
Uthi ke ubungamazi umangalelwa wesine phambi kwe-26 zika October 2014 waqala ukumazi ngenkathi ke uGwabeni kuba uyena ke ozomthula kuwena.
Ngimazi kahle ngalelo lelanga nge-26 ngoba bese ngikhulile.
Yes, I knew him clearly on the 26th of October. That is on that day, yes.
When accused number 4 returned the keys to you, did he tell you where he got the keys from? The car keys from?
Akangitshelanga.
Ese ebuyisa ke ikey kuwena watshela ukuthi wayithatha kuphi ke lezi key.
Akangitshelanga kodwa wafika kimi wabonga wase yahamba.
He did not wabonga.
Yebo, waphaphata.
He did not. he did not really tell me where he got the keys from. He just came to me and just wapapata wenza nupapata ke but waxolisa.
Should not have something I think so.
Your Lordship, I was just trying to understand papata, whether it was to apologize or to be grateful. But he just sort of slapped his hand like that.
Did you ask him where he got them from? These were not just ordinary keys. They were the keys belonging to the state vehicle. Did you ask him?
There was no need. He apologized and also showed his gratefulness, or perhaps, yeah, he apologized.
Yes,
so there was no need.
Yes, I do understand that, but you have been looking for these keys. Some people were found to locate the keys, and all of a sudden, accused number 4 appears. He apologized for having taken the keys. Did you ask him where he had taken the car keys from?
Wambuza yini ukuthi lezi keys emoto wayithatha kuphi uyithole kuphi kwaphela ke kwase sekukhona nabantu abafonelwa kanti ke egcineni nangommangalo luyeza uletha lezo key kuwena azange umbuzo ukuthi uyithathephi uyithole kuphi lezi key
kwangenasidingo sokuthi ngibuze yena ngoba ayisengitshelile ukuthi uGwabeni bafonela ukuthi esenokey ngangeke mayifika ngoba ngangazi ukuthi beza nawo mayifika nokey enginikeza kwakuclean ukuthi uthathile mhlawumbe lokey osebenzela usebenzise khona engenalwazi la khona kodwa ngoba ubuyisile wanika wona ngase ngihamba ngase ngitshele vele Gwabeni ukuthi ngiyahamba ngifuna ukuhamba.
There was no need because Gwabeni had already called him to say that he should bring the keys, and he took the keys and he went wherever or used it wherever he wanted to use the key, but eventually he brought the key and I took the key and I said, now I have to go.
How did he arrive there on his return? Did he arrive on foot or he was traveling in a motor vehicle?
Wafika njani mase kafika ke bekehamba ngeenyawo kanye behamba ngemoto.
Angifuni ukumsukela ngimcabangele ngoba ngangaphakathi ehostel angangekho ngaphandle. Ungena ehostel wangena nje ubingena ehostel endlini. So ukuthi ngayo isuka kuphi ihambe ngemonto ngeke ngize ngimkhulumele kulokho anginalwazi ukuthi ayikuphi kodwa ngiyazi ukuthi ayiqhelile.
Well, I would not want to estimate or perhaps guess as to where he was. I know that he was away or he was far away, but I cannot then speak on his behalf as to whether he used a vehicle or he walked, because I was inside of the hostel during the time of his arrival.
Is it also correct that you told this court that you also inspected the bag to check if the firearm, the state firearm, was there?
Ngabukeqiniseke ukuthi uye wasearcha ke le bag yakho ke uqinisekisa ke ukuthi isibhamu somsebenzi sisekhona ngakuleyo bag.
Cha angididekile ngoba lo ngithe isibhamu ngasithatha kuGwabeni wanginikeza ngaphakathi then angashosta kimi angisifaka ngebhegini.
I am not confused about that. I said that the firearm, I took it from Gwabeni, he gave it to me, and then I holstered in my possession.
The vehicle keys remain in the bag.
Keys emoto izona ke zasala ngasebhegini.
Ngangazi ukuthi isebhegini.
Ubungazi.
Bengazi ukuthi isebhegini.
I knew that they were inside of the bag.
Where was this bag?
Ibekuphi le bag?
Ibise roomini likaGwabeni.
It was inside of Gwabeni's room.
I'm instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that he's going to deny your evidence, this piece of evidence, that later he returned to you, to where you were, at First Laura's hostel, and apologized for having left with the keys. He was not there at all on the 26th of October 2014.
Uthi uzophika ke ilokho angitshela khona ke ubaba Mapisa uthi ngikutshela ukuthi uzophika lokho ukuthi yena ke waphinde khona lapha na ehostel bazokunikeza ikey uthi yena waphinde ke waxolisa uma efika kuwe eseletha ikey uthi yena bekengekho lapha ehostel nge-26 October 2014.
Wayekhona.
He was there.
The person that you make reference to as Mtogo, is it in that paragraph, that is paragraph 7 of your statement, is that the brother you referred to as the brother of accused number 4?
Ngabe lo muntu okhuluma ngaye lana othi umthoko oqhamuka ovelela khona la kule paragraph 7 uyena lo mthoko othi umfokabo Mangalelwa wesini?
Uye bengikhuluma ngaye ngizwe ngayo ukuthi akusiyena umfowabo kaMangalelwa.
That is the very person that I was referring to. I heard it from him that he is not from Ban.
Yena ubaba advocate.
Or I actually heard it from you that he wasn't the brother to accused number 4. But that is the person that I was referring to.
My Lord, for purposes of my cross-examination, I wish also to go through the statement at length. That is the statement of this witness.
Yeah.
I see it is 25